12. He was working over 8 hours a day on his feet, and he started to feel pain in his hip, so he went to go see a doctor.
He looks at me and he says, I know why you're in pain. Me, okay, well tell me why I'm in pain. You ain't put a stethoscope on me, you ain't touched me, you ain't do anything. And he was like, you're fat, and you need to lose weight or you're gonna die.
Martinez weighed 360 pounds. He was used to doctors zeroing in on his weight before anything else, but still, it made him furious.
And, he goes on to tell me, you have to stomach as a pregnant woman, you need to start walking, go buy walking shoes. And I was like, skip all that. I'm going to go run the marathon. Being sarcastic, but also being facetious. And he laughed at me and told me that was the most dumbest thing he has heard in all his years of practice in medicine.
Martinez left that appointment, drove past a running shoe store, and pulled an illegal U-turn to buy his first pair of training shoes. A little over a year later, he ran his first marathon. Not a lot of people believed in Martinez when he started. Even race day staffers assumed he wouldn't make it to the finish line, but he gradually built up confidence and even found joy.
来週行こ
やだ。ちょっとだけパークってして、
うん
はい、じゃあ行こう。なる。
そうだね。
う。ずいぶん美味しそうなイチゴだね。どうサラダみたいなもんだよ。
ママのさ、一度だってもう一回いい？ななちー。あ、ななぱ。ねすんで、いだいだ、でおお。お 아.